Hi, Caspar here on the 28th of February 2019, drinking a mature red burgundy. This is 2006 Beaune Premier Cru Les Vignes Franches from the domain du Château de Chorey les Beaune. The domain, alas, no longer extant. Sold this wine when the 60s came out, and grabbed a case for myself. It was pretty inexpensive, I seem to remember. Vignes Franches, so named because it was a vineyard designated tax-free. By whom I can't remember, probably by a monastery I would imagine, but historic origin of the name. Really quite a mature colour. It's like an old Steinway piano, really. Sort of mahogany, very mahogany at the rim, and garnet core, medium deep. Oh yeah, it's been open 20 minutes, half an hour, and it's every time I smelt it it's changed, which is the nature of mature wine. Very often find something has altered every time you go back to it. It's just got a lovely autumnal sense. There's a big initial sort of hit of spice at the moment, and this lovely autumnal sort of dry leaf litter note, which is very attractive, I must say. It's got a sort of woodsy sort of character to it. Not as in damp leaf mould, but this sort of dry, healthy leaf litter, and the spice and a rootiness, and perhaps a scent of dark, slightly damp earth. Underneath all that tertiary characteristic, sort of spiced, lovely spice, plummy, damson fruit. It's fully mature. There's, with all this sort of spice, there's a lot of piquancy about the nose. And beneath there's an almost slightly creaminess that makes you wonder whether this comes from old vines, and there's smoke as well, perhaps a bonfire burning in the garden, blueberry liqueur. And an almost saline thing as well. Oh, that's a good nose. I mean, that's really a burgundy in full flow. Full flow at age, what, 14, 12 and a bit. Good weight of fruit here again, but the energy really comes in at the back of the palate. Becomes very piquant, upright, and the autumnal thing continues. You know, this is old, cold Earl Grey tea. Tannins are there, but mild and pretty resolved, fully integrated. It's a nicely fresh wine. There's good energy that develops from about halfway through and pushes through to the back end, and it becomes quite sort of nutty and piquant and upright and zippy. There's real vim at the back end, good energy to close. And it's a long wine, you know, and I don't think actually there's any particular hurry to drink it. It's I think it's pretty content in itself. It's doing its thing rather nicely, I must say. Still tasting this rather slightly rooty, lovely, autumnal hint of sort of almost gunflinty smoke right at the back end. Well, isn't that what Burgundy is? A sort of ethereal fascination Amazing. Gosh, I'm glad glad I bought a case of that. That's been 2006 Beaune Première Cru Les Vignes Franches from Domaine du Château de Chorey-les-Beaune. I think that's not far off my last bottle, which is a shame, but I've enjoyed every one, so no regrets. Delicious.